Alright, chat, YouTube, it's time for some 4 Abhorrent Oculus Murktide. This is a Murktide list that you are probably pretty familiar with. However, it doesn't have Bowmasters. Instead of playing Bowmasters, we're playing the 4 copies of Oculus with even more Thought Scour effects, because you have the 4 copies of Thought Scour, 4 copies of Preordain, a couple copies of Consider to fill your graveyard, a Spell Pierce, a couple of Spell Snares, 4 Fatal Pushes, your 1-mana interaction, 4 copies of Counter Spells, your 2-mana interaction, a Shoot the Sheriff, and a Go for the Throat, and then the 4 copies of Frog. For the 3 drops, you got 3 copies of Force of Negation, plus the 1 MDFC and the Sink into Stupor. Another free spell is the 2 copies of Subtlety, and then you have the 4 copies of Murktide. So really, you have a lot of Delve spells in this deck. Like, a lot of Delve spells. Because these are 8 Delve spells, and then Frog is also like a pseudo Delve spell as well. So we're going to have a lot of cantrips to be able to fill the graveyard very quickly in order to maximize the usage of all of them. Mana base wise, we got a couple copies of Flooded Strand, a couple copies of Misty, Polluted Delta, Scalding Tarn. So we got 8 fetches in here, 2 Undercity Sewers, 3 Water Graves. The entire place at a Gloomlake Verge, which I think is a little bit better than Darkslick Shores in this build, because it just automatically adds an island, or adds a blue mana, and then if you have an island or a swamp, it adds a black mana as well. So it becomes an underground, under... I don't know why I keep wanting to say Undercity Sewers, because that's the Surveil land. It's an underground sea if you have an island or a swamp. Sideboard wise, we got a couple copies of Consignment Memory for the Eldrazi matchups. We got 1 Stern Scolding for the Boros matchups, 1 Surgical for the Gorios and the Flage decks, now Spellbomb for the Gorios decks, Mystical Dispute for the Mirror, 3 copies of Harbinger for the Greedy Mana bases and the Big Mana matchups, so 1 Toxic Deluge is a sweeper, and then against Boros, we got 4 copies of Phyrexian Crusader because it's a pro-red, pro-white 2/2 Infector. Let's try it out. Yeah, no Swamp with Harbinger. But you're not playing Bowmasters in this build, so you don't really need the Swamp nearly as much. You're pretty much playing black for Frog and some removal. Keepable. Thanks to our MDFC here. It's a really good first land to have too. See if they jam the turn 2 Frog. Or if they're even a Frog deck at all. Might just hold up Counterspell or Bowmasters. There goes the Bowmasters into the graveyard. Oops. I meant the Spell Snare. That art on Thought Scour kind of looked like the little animal that was on Spell Snare for a second. I think we just go tap land pass. That is super fine. Here's my Murktide. Go. Hopefully I don't shoot the Sheriff. Passes the turn. Thank you for 6. I haven't tried the unearthed version of Murktide-esque Oculus stuff. I've tried like a black-based version with Unearthed and Oculus, and Unearthed Oculus was super sweet there. I imagine it's probably pretty similar in the actual dedicated Murktide shells. We're gonna try it tomorrow. Or maybe after this, who knows. I'll see how fast these leagues go. I will take 4 damage. Alright, opponent, you need to answer this Murktide. This Murktide keeps smacking you. I don't care about the Bowmaster. The only thing I care about is like Murktide of their own, or Frog, or Shoot the Sheriff pointed at the Murktide. Harbingers dies. Sink. Scoop. Sink into Scooper. Take the Mystical Dispute. I don't really think I want the subtleties here or need the subtleties. Maybe I take the Nile Spellbomb. Stern Scolding's fine. Spellbomb's kind of meh. Maybe I brought out one Force Negation. Try like that. Not sure Force Negation's all that good in the matchup. I need some lands to cast spells. Dance Gas. Can't make black mana quite yet, but I think I'm just gonna put back the Force Negation. Both on a mulligan to 6. Turn 1 Preordain. I think I'm gonna turn 1 just Thought Scour myself so I can play around Bowmaster a little bit better. Alright, drew a Fatal Push. Alright, really rooting for Island Swamp here. Wow, they're forcing that. That's aggressive. That's also more than fine because they just went down 2 cards for that, and I have another Fatal Push. They do get the card back, though. Get a little refund here. Now I'm wondering if I'm supposed to play a Frog out or if I'm just supposed to hold up Counterspell. I think I just hold up Counterspell. My hero. I'll probably draw a land, that way I can go like Frog plus Murktide. And go Nile Spellbomb plus Murktide. I do Penta. 8/8 Murktide, your turn. Seems like they're holding up Spell Snare, Stern Scolding, so I don't really want to give them value off of either of those. I think just playing the Murktide here is sufficient. No, my Sheriff. He's been shot. It's really awkward once you run out of cards in the graveyard, like right now. If I were to draw an Oculus, it'd be kind of sad. I'm not a financial advisor, so no. Thorn's Ransom might be okay because it bins 5 cards, right? Or was that? Does it bin cards? Top 4, put 1 pile in the hand other than the graveyard. It might be fun. Getting Frog Diffed right now. How you doing, Gimme? I'm well, I'm well. Ah, Frog Diffed. I think we're on to game 3 here. I think the only thing worth countering is if they're gonna kill my frog. Scribe 2 to the top. Stop it. Now let's go to game 3. That was a rough game 2. They protected that frog with their life, and it paid off dearly. I think I want both of those. There's a PayPal link under donate. They can do donation, gift subs, or channel points. Whatever works. Potaji. You're not coming to DC this week, are you? This weekend? Pretty sure you said no. Not you, Smoge. Yeah, just pass. I don't really want to cast a draw spell into Bowmasters. Got a regional. Best of luck. Crush it, Hotashi. Defeat them all. Band stuff was terrible. I kind of figured, but I wanted to have hope. Because it looks sweet. Post the link in chat. Gimme. Okay. Cracks fetch. Yeah, bad DC. Casting Murktide. Oh, cast Counterspell. They have Spell Pierce probably. I got this is sweet. What was the next Dallas event? Hunter Burton, probably. I don't know if I'm going to Hunter Burton this year. This coming year. I always thought Necro wasn't a very good deck, even when it had Grief. I don't think he got any stronger by losing Grief. I think people finally started to catch on and realize, like, oh, maybe this deck's not the sauce. Right on time, Oculus. Nothing's good when Amulet Titan exists. Despair. Ace. I don't think Soul Spike's nearly as expensive anymore. Five Murky Tide. Frog. Frog Murktide. Frog D's. Whoosh. Bye bye, Frog. Now they have a frog. Uh-oh. We're in very bad shape now. Discards Fatal Push, puts me to 1. Yo, gimme, thank you. Appreciate the 25. Send me the link in the chat when you get a chance. I'm so dead. Alright, I see it. It sucks. 4-color. Karoogs. Sounds good. Can do. That'll be after this league. I need to draw Thought Scour. I actually need to draw Shoot the Sheriff. That kind of works. Do it during upkeep. Never draw another Bowmaster. I don't think I could really beat that. Or they just draw like straight up counterspell. They can't recast Murktide, which is nice. Means I have another turn of reprieve here to try to find something. That's really good. Raug. Cool. Still dead to Bowmaster at any point. They have a frog. Graveyard, top, guest. I'm actually gonna spell Pierce back here. So that way I can still Oculus main phase 2. Up to the banned list, it was no bueno. Oh, I could just leave up Counterspell. I guess I'm gonna leave up Counterspell instead. Still can't beat a Bowmaster ever. Despair. Needed to dodge that for a couple turns. I'm gonna keep this hand. I actually don't mind either of these. I think drawing the spell snare is pretty decent here. I think 4 of this card is too many for the Oculus. Unless, I think 4 Murktide, 4 Oculus is too much. Oculus just kind of rotted in my hand after I played Murktide. I guess there was a world where I could let that Murktide resolve. If I let the Murktide resolve, I counter the Bowmaster. It just seems really hard to beat that Murktide. I gotta try this build with Unearth at some point. Scales. I'm gonna force the scales. I don't really know what I'm looking for here. Maybe I want the push if they're playing a scales deck. No, the music just turned up. I can take my 7/7 and have subtlety or fatal push. Modern's alright right now. Pretty diverse. Obviously, some decks are way better than others. Excuse me, way better than others. It's fine. I don't mind it. Soul Cauldron. Can't do anything about that Soul Cauldron, so resolves. I think Energy's a very beatable deck. I don't think Energy's like broken. I think it has like some pretty snowbally draws, but I think that there's like a lot of hate cards against Energy. A creature deck, after all. I think the reason that the Energy decks are so good is because of the One Ring. It's just another deck that's good at abusing the One Ring. Energy without the ring is very beatable. It's the ring that snowballs so hard. I just think they should get rid of the ring. So it's so sigh. Legend rules the Zib Zab. Seven, 8, 9, 9. I mean, they have to get lucky to hit a Johnny off of Amped Raptor. The deck's about as good as the Amped Raptor hits. Take 7. Whoosh. Oop. Let's grab some Consigna memories. Stern Scolding seems fine. Harbinger seems decent too. I think we want the Harbingers. Let's trim a couple Oculus. I think the Force Negations and the Subtleties can probably go as well. Maybe I should actually trim actual factual counterspell in this matchup. I'm supposed to leave Force Negation and Subtlety. Can also bring in a Toxic Deluge, but that seems kind of meh. Maybe I cut a Skill Pierce. It's a possibility of me playing some Basking Brood Scale combo. I didn't have it on the dock today. I'm always happy to take it as a donor deck. Go for the throat. Yeah, I guess I should have go for the throat. I think I'm just gonna cast Thought Scour. That would have been a nice one. How about Frog Go? Maybe I was just supposed to play Murktide Go. I like that better. Here's the One Ring. That makes things complicated. Just play Murktide and pass. Maybe I can play the second Murktide later, but I'm probably just gonna end up discarding the second Murktide. This is a matchup where I miss Dress Down. Dress Down's so good here. Yeah, you can consign a Ward Trigger. It's not an activated ability. As long as it's not an activated ability, you can consign it for the most part. I was actually playing a build of Frogtide that had Ring and Shieldred in it. It was a little clunky, but I could see it. I think playing like actual factual counterspell right now has been a little awkward. And if you're gonna be playing some sort of like Ring Shelly style blue black deck, I think you just want to be more tap out focused. Although Jeskai control lists have been doing well playing 4 copies of counterspell, so I don't know. Feels like it varies often. How many cards do I have to discard? 4. That's not worth it. Goodbye, Frog. I think 1 mana counterspells are great right now. 2 mana counterspells, eh. Free counterspell, like Force Negation, great. 3 mana counterspell like Archmage's Charm. Not where I want to be. Flying the Bee. Alright, let's kill this. And then I think I'm just going to end up casting Consider, but I could leave a Fatal Push here too. I didn't know what they had in their hand at that time. Also, they had a mana up, so they could add another Dismember. Actually, they had more than that. They had 3 mana up. I'm going to push this. They can just eat it with the Soul Cauldron anyways. I think I'm just going to consider for removal spell. If I consider for removal spell, I can grow this by 5, and then they'll die to Ring. I guess they can't make this fly, right? Without tapping itself. It doesn't even matter. Right, let's surveil. I think the thing that kills us here is another Dismember. Harbinger of the Sea is going to be great next turn. If there is the next turn. Yeah, I guess there is going to be a next turn, right? Because they got to sack the Ring with the Zabaz. Otherwise, they just die to it. So I don't know if they're going to be able to beat this board of 2 Murktides. Actually, blue-black Murktide probably is a board Lantern matchup. If you ever resolve Bridge, they just have 0 ways to take it off the table aside from Sink It a Stupor. So probably not great. They need like Hangerback Walker here. Hangerback Walker would be very bad for me. Might be a problem. A lot of Thopters. 7/7. We're gonna make a construct. I'm making all the Thopters right now. I guess they're playing around consign. I think I'll leave this 10/10 back for the construct. It's gonna be a very, very big construct. It's a 9/9 construct, and they could put a 10th counter on it. This is getting scary. Toxic Daily should be good here. I don't even know if we boarded that in. I haven't seen scales in forever either. Kind of an anomaly to see scales. Yes, the go for the throat. I forgot the board out. Yeah, I forgot the board out, so it's gonna look awful. Also, the stopper token's gonna be huge. Yeah, we have a 1/1 split of go for the throat and shoot the sheriff. X with the 8/8. I'll block. I don't really have a choice. Nine nine. 9/9. Maybe they forgot. I think they forgot sacking stuff doesn't grow it. Sacrifices it to the Thopter. Yeah, 100% forgot. We're working through these Thopters slowly. 7/7. You probably attack with the Thopter now. 8/8, 9/9. Do I have to block it? 8. Yeah, I do have to block it. And just draw my bolt real quick. It would solve a lot of problems for me right now. A lot of text on that thing. I have to grow it with this and then sack something. And this is gonna grow. Save me, consider. Consider did not save me. And they're gonna sack, eat. Stop, there's a problem. Soul Cauldron plus 1 Thopter. I don't think I have any outs left, actually. Oh, Sinkita Stupor? Yeah, Sinkita Stupor's my out here. Yeah, I'm in trouble. Alright, let's see if we can top deck Sinkita Stupor. Rogue. That's not gonna do it. Maybe they don't jump block. Alright, I've died. Can't cast Psychic Frog. Yep, Body by Cauldron. It happens sometimes. Let's bring in that Toxic Deluge to combat that exact situation. I don't think I really want Counterspell. I think Force is a little bit better for the turn 1 scales. 10's okay. Kind of devastated by that Cauldron. I mean, I couldn't cast Go for the Throat that entire time anyways. So I'm not sure that really mattered. Couldn't get my own Harbinger off the table. Merfolk. Land Harbinger. Let's go get Island. Pass the turn. I'll play Saga this turn. So I can untap and Harbinger. Okay, it's all coming together. It's actually all coming together. Alright, your turn. Can you beat my Harbinger? My lonely tutu. Ballista for 1. I'm gonna pass the subtlety this turn. That next time I'm gonna mark that because I think just when they hit 4 mana, they're just gonna pump this and kill my Harbinger probably. So this is probably the turn to hold up subtlety. The B. I'm gonna mark 10 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's Murktide. Oh, they didn't kill Harbinger? That's crazy. I thought for sure that they were gonna kill Harbinger with 1 ping from the ballista. Alright. Island Preordain. Keep. I think this is too many cantrips in hand to mulligan. I should find second land. Maybe not. Nah, we'll find second land. Maybe not. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Maybe there was a world where I wanted just jam or let that Murktide resolve and then like untap, try to jam the Oculus to block it, and then I just hold up counterspell for the Bowmaster. I don't know. Continue. Tough spot. I don't know. I'm gonna upkeep this Fatal Push because I have Force and Negation. Double Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'm not playing around that in a million years. I don't even know how I'm supposed to play around that. Because if I just like main phase this Fatal Push, then I could get forced, and I think that's way more likely than double Fatal Push. Or sorry, double Spell Pierce. Scour for another force. I guess I could have, yeah. I need Fatal Push. Nope, nope. Oh, that sucks. Stern Scolding, Mystical Dispute, Subtlety out. I Hail Spellbomb in. Maybe try it. I gotta cut one more. Yo, do Mike, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Hope you had a wonderful stream. I myself am gonna be playing some Pioneer on this coming Thursday before the RC. I have 56 cards of a Jun Sack deck sitting here in paper. I'm missing 4 copies of Scavenger's Talent, I think it's called. The 1 mana black enchantment that makes. This is like whenever a creature dies, you make a food. I forget what it's called. Sounds good. Unfortunately, Torborg, we did get a dono deck for in between this and creativity. Not to stifle your excitement. Yeah, I'll be doing the dono deck and then I'll be doing creativity after that. But yeah, we are doing creativity today. That first league was pretty fast that we played with the band deck because the band deck kind of just died. Oh yeah, you got some time for sure. Band deck made me sad. I gotta leave that on top. Pretty good for the incoming Bowmasters. Or Frog. Other donos, 4-color Karuga. Little Ruga. Play something. My hand relies on you playing something. Come on, Grixis boy. You know you want to play something. I'm gonna discard Spell Pierce. They're hitting so many land drops that I don't think Spell Pierce is gonna make that much of a difference anymore. Play something. Stop passing the turn. I can't keep up with this. I'm losing value. And I can't even like force play my stuff out of hand either. How many Bowmasters do you think they have? Probably many Bowmasters. How doing, Peepa? Many Bowmasters? So many Bowmasters. Bottom, top. Yeah, all this over preordained. They finally spewed their hand. Now we have to play a Murky Murk. Hopefully don't get subtletied. Then we have force negation back up if they have shoot the sheriff or go for the throat. Bins that cling to dust. Outlaw typing comes up if you try to shoot the sheriff or Ragavan because Ragavan is a pirate. Also, you can't shoot the Sheriff of Dothi because it's a rogue. So yeah, it comes up. Smells near is pretty decent draw. Shoot the Sheriff. Alright. Fair enough. No modern challenge for me. We can't block here because they just sacrifice the spell bomb target themselves. And that's like really, really bad for me. Hitting me for 9 instead. I just pay for this. It's been a real big inconvenience because I think I'm going to 1 here. I lost both blue-black Murktide mirrors. Just because we don't have Bowmasters and they do. Alright, time to go out the honorable way. I don't think I want to keep this hand either. This one's fine. How you doing, Charles? Is this the third blue-black Murktide matchup in a row? My thoughts are scoured. Oops, all frogs. Frog, goo. Today's not been a day for variety. Also, my camera froze. But it honestly froze in a pretty nice position. It's like the pondering Anzid position. Yeah, very demure. Distinguished. I imagine they're attacking with their frog. Yep, I can't do anything about that. Oculus right on time. Need to draw a fatal push. Second frog. Let's try to Thought Scour hit land drop here. Alright, we did in fact hit a land drop. I think I'm just gonna play the second frog and see what they do. Kinda just need to apply more pressure since I'm behind. Yeah, they're winning the frog guard battle too. They're winning on every front. That's funny, we've played against Murktide 3 times, but it hasn't been Oculus at all. Any of the times. Hey, there's a fatal push. I don't feel like it might be a little bit too late for that, but we'll see. Yeah, I kind of like playing 4 Murktides, 1 or 2 Oculus when I played the list last time. I think I just fight in their upkeep. I'll just pass and set an upkeep stop and then plan on fatal pushing in their upkeep. Yeah, this is 3 Dimir Murktides in a row that we're going to lose to anyways. The one deck we beat was not Dimir Murktide. We've yet to beat Dimir. It's been tough. The mirror's especially awful when you don't have Bowmaster. Speaking of Bowmaster. I think the matchups where you want the bodies from Oculus are like the Boros matchups. But yeah, I agree. Not playing Bowboy feels really like criminal. I don't think I want to fatal push this. I think I want to try to fatal push this, or not fatal push, counterspell. I'm getting all my card names confused today, chat. I think I want to counterspell maybe like a Murktide when they untap. I don't want to counterspell this Orcish Bowmasters. Bowboy Kill Bob. See you later, Space Bowboy. What a good show. I think I'm just gonna get Archered here. I don't think I can let that happen. I think I also would like to draw a land here. Oh, it's the second Oculus. Oh, okay. Well. That's not good. That's not good at all. If these were 2 Murktides, I'd be popping off right now. Preordain. Camera had to take a little nap. Here's my eyeball. They're probably just gonna cling. We had to call them 3 times. Bolt, snap, bolt. But hey, they showed up. Why do they exile a card out of their own graveyard? I showed you my eyeball. Please respond. Oh, I know why they had. Oh, because I have Frog. That's why they target their own graveyard. I could just exile in response. Gotcha. Yeah. Took me a second to figure out why. That's gotta be a good sign for me if there's casting cling here. Raug. Problem with that deck, Peepaw, is that that deck really wants grief. Any Satoru deck really wants grief. Second eyeball gets there. I miss grief too. It's still frozen. I love that. 07 for grief, chat. Just gonna board the same way I've been boarding. I've been taking the spell pierce out and then the subtleties. Maybe subtleties actually good in the matchup. I don't know. Subtlety seems weak to me. I'm keeping the 1 land period in. But I'm gonna leave up spell snare. What's up, Steve? Excellent. I was just in the market for some good tidings. For another land drop. I don't think I want the Thought Scour. Oh, no Bowmasters. Well, that can't be right. Hand's a masterpiece. A Bone Masterpiece. No, it's my opponent's hands. A Bone Masterpiece. Spell Snare. Rip Frog. Undercity Sewers. Graveyard. No more eyeballs. I just think this is far too many eyeballs. Spell Snare. Maybe I was supposed to Mystical Dispute that player on Bowmaster. There's so much Frog Tide right now. Unfathomable Bounce of Frog. Make a big Murktide. Mystical Dispute. If they want to force it, they force it. It's fine. They have Shoot the Sheriff. They have Shoot the Sheriff. It's okay. Opponent passes the turn. Oculus. Yeah, we're playing 4 of each. Yeah, I hate having a graveyard. Feed the cycle. They fed my Murktide through the cycle. Another Murktide go. Playing some Karuga 4-color after this. Won the top 8 of the challenge recently. Yay, we won a mirror match finally. Our prediction time, chat. Combo deck. Speaking of combo deck. Hi, chat. I'm back. Yes. Heck yeah. The 4th blue-black frog matchup in a row. About time. I was afraid it wasn't going to be enough frog tide in this league. I'm going to thought scour myself. They want to bowmaster me, they can bowmaster me. They didn't bowmaster either of my cantrips? That's crazy. I must have counterspell then. I'm trying to rep counterspell the entire time. You think you know somebody, chat? Let's get a surveil land. Try to surveil 4th. Lange to the top. I want an Oculus instead. Sure. You gonna get pushed? Don't get pushed, frog. Wow, you got pushed. Yeah, I can't wait for the RC Pioneer. Pretty much shaking in my boots with excitement to play Pioneer. Shaking and vomiting and throwing up. Eyeball. Eyeball, your turn. Don't shoot my eyeball. My eyeball. Right in the eye. Just like that. Holy schmoly. A long goodbye. I don't know what that does. Oh, I yelled it. Long goodbye. Can't be countered. Destroy target creature. Planeswalker. Do I even care about this? Not really. Draw a second frog. Trigger creature planeswalker with mana value 3 less. It seems fine. I mean, the problem is it can't kill Murktide, right? Yeah, I don't think it's good enough because it can't kill a Murktide. I think your 2 mana removal spells need to be able to kill a Murktide. Could just play like Sudden Edict. I'm gonna make it an 8/8 because I need cards in my graveyard to cast this Oculus. I think I'm gonna sink this frog. We're just gonna recast frog again. Not making this an 8/8 did cost me my 2-turn clock. Maybe it won't matter. Let's say I counterspell this frog and they fight over it. Alright. Well, we've taken down game 1 at least. I was thinking of countering the frog because if I counter the frog, then I can play the Oculus also, and then the Oculus grows the Murktide, and they can't even block with frog and discard to grow big enough to be able to trade with the Murktide. Miles from Oculus, that counterspell gave me an Oculus, so I don't know about Miles. But yeah, 4 Oculus, 4 Murktide is too much. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Sounds great. Personally, I think you want to be on 4 Murktide, 1 Oculus, and not the other way around, but depends on if you're playing Unearth or not. The 4th Demir. It's Demir, but again, and again, and again, and again. Turn 2 Oculus is very strong. No doubt. I don't know if you want Snap in that collection of unearthable creatures. I think Harbinger's better than Snap if you want to unearth something. Unearthing Harbinger does sound sweet. It's like turn 1 Thought Scour, Mill Harbinger, turn 2 Unearth a Harbinger. I think I like a lot of things over Snap. They took the bait, which means I get to spend the second push and be happy about it. Cast 1 mana Hymn to Torok, 1 mana Fatal Push. They're playing Persist. Are they persisting Oculus? I don't think that makes as much sense. I guess you can persist a Murktide. I agree, it does seem worse to me as well. But I'm also the one over here stuck on 2 lands. I think I bottomed the land with Preordain on turn 1, so this is probably on me. They're playing Troll Persist. I also don't think Troll Persist is worth it. It has too many resources. Or is this a Toxic Deluge for 6? Oh, it's an Oculus. Yep. Eyeball. Hey, we drew land. I'm gonna get this thing during upkeep when we have Force Negation up also. Or flips a Bowmaster face up. Neat. Counterspell? I guess my camera's gonna keep freezing today. Why I oughta. Let's get rid of Oculus. Kill their Oculus. Fix the camera. Yeah, I'm just frozen from the snow in the background. That's it. That's the reason. Opponent does not seem like they're in a very good spot. I got a Bowmaster, 2 cards, and 3 mana. Facing down a Murktide. X for 1. Passes. Been forced to negation. Attack for 6. Scoop. Alright, we got a 3-2. So we lost to Murktide twice. We beat Murktide twice. And then we beat the other deck that wasn't Murktide, which I forgot what it was now, but it wasn't Murktide. Yeah, I think 4 Oculus is too many. That's my synopsis from this league. Scales. I think I'd probably go down to 2. 2 seems like a good number. This deck's really good, though. I'm curious to try the one with Unearth pretty soon. Either today or tomorrow, depending on how long these leagues go. This one might be a little bit lengthy because it's a 4-color Karuga. For a Dono deck.
Have you peeked? Bing bong, bing bong. Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.